Smart life skills is the way to go. Follow me to see how it works. Today, we are going to talk about problem solving, which is going to make your life a lot more smarter. All of us have problems all the time. It does not matter whether you are rich or poor, whether you are high in the company or low in the company, whether you are here or there. Problems are there all the time, and we need to be able to solve these problems by ourselves, for ourselves, the most effective way to make our lives easy, and by that being a lot smarter. Now, there are 9 steps that we have to follow to make these problems go away. And it's not easy to make it happen all the time. It's not so difficult either. All we have to do is just follow these steps. Do them once, twice, 3 times, and it'll be easy for you to do it the next time, and it'll become natural for you to solve all your problems. Now, because we are confronted with problems, we sometimes have a problem with solving it, because we don't know exactly what routes to be taken and how to go around. That's why I'm here to show you how to do that. Now, these 9 steps that I talk about, they start off with defining the problem. Defining the problem means that you actually acknowledge that you have a problem. Yeah, you have to acknowledge that you have a problem. The moment you have that acknowledged, then you have to determine, problem is it? Is it your problem, or is it somebody else close to you's problem? Who created the problem? What are the distorted perceptions about this problem? We live in a life of perceptions. What are the distorted communications about the problem? Who said what to whom, where, about what that wasn't properly understood? And then what is at stake? And then the last one is, what are the decision-making possibilities to make this problem go away? You have to do that. Take accountability of the problem and then decide, I'm going to tackle this problem, I'm going to solve it. Then there are specific ways that you need to attack the problem. The first one is, are you going to do it all by yourself? If you can, that's fantastic. You are not always in the position to do that. If you have a problem with your computer, very few of us can do that. If you have a problem with your car, very few of us can do that. If you have a medical problem, you cannot do that. You need a doctor. So you need a consultant for the computer, a mechanic for your car, a doctor for your body, and so it carries on. But some problems, it's only for you to do that, and you have to decide whether you're going to do it all by yourself, whether you are going to call in your family or a friend, whatever. Decide how you are going to tackle this problem and what you are going to do to solve it. The third one is to generate alternatives. Now, when you do that, you can do it by yourself or with a friend, 2 friends, but you need to do some brainstorming. It's difficult to do brainstorming when it's about your computer, because you know nothing about those things. Also about your body, you might be living in that body for a long time, but still, when it comes to the medical side of it, the doctor knows. Same with your car. But the other ones, you do brainstorming. You sit with either by yourself or with your friends or family, and you brainstorm ideas. You generate ideas, what you can do, how to make this happen, and how you can create ideas to solve the problem. And don't exclude anything. Ideas might seem really silly. You just have to generate ideas and don't leave anything out. How silly it might seem at the time, don't leave it out. It might just fill that little block that you didn't know about. And that is crucial, that you don't exclude any ideas. After that, then you test the alternatives. You take all these ideas that you have created, you put them together into alternatives. Say, this is one way, and this is another way, this is another way. Maybe these 2 we should use, maybe these 2 we should use. You go like that, you do like that. And then you test these alternatives for reality. How real is it to implement them? Because it has to be implementable by you with your abilities, where you are and what you can do. And then you know what you are up to, and you know how you can make it happen. Then you choose an alternative. And this alternative is now going to be according to what you envisage you can do, you can afford, you can make happen. You choose this alternative. You evaluate it to see how well it can work for you. And then after that, you need to plan. Because having an alternative is one thing, but executing it is another thing. And you have to plan to do that. You have to plan that who is going to do what, where, when. Maybe it's going to cost something. You have to know that. Who is going to do what, where, when, and how much it might cost you. You have to plan that. Plan the action. And then you implement it. You focus on implementing. You focus on that. Exactly what you decided to do. And you do it. You don't get distorted. What you might find in the implementation of the plan is that there could be other influences sneaking in from the side and maybe pushing the plan into one direction or another direction. Well, go with that flow when you find that. Don't resist that when you see it's obviously that it should go this way as well. Then go with that, because you are flexible and it is your plan, and you can do with your plan whatever you decide to do. And do it. Do your plan. After that, then you evaluate the plan to see if the plan has resulted in the outcome what you wanted to solve the problem. You evaluate the plan, and after you evaluate, you see what are the consequences. There will always be consequences. For anything that you do, there will be consequences. For every action, there is a reaction. We all know that. We've learned that from Einstein. Now, it's the same with executing a plan or doing that. There will be consequences, and you execute the consequences. And now, then after, you now will find that there's a lot of satisfaction for you in identifying your problem, going through this process, and solving your problem. You will have self-respect, a lot of self-respect. Your self-image will go up, because you'll realize you can actually do that. You don't need to be subjected to these problems all the time. You can solve them. The nice thing that comes with that is the people that are with you will also respect you more for your ability to solve problems and for your ability to take accountability of your problems and deal with it. That is a very, very special characteristic that comes from problem solving. You take accountability for your problems and you solve it. You don't make it other people's problems. And then by doing that, your life will be a lot more smarter. Now, let's go through it again, just quickly. Let's say, what do you need to do? The first thing that you need to do is you have to identify the problem. Then you have to decide how you are going to attack the problem. The third thing is you have to generate alternatives so that you can know what you are going to do. The fourth thing is you have to test these alternatives to see how they are going to work. Then you have to choose a specific alternative that you are going to work out. You have to make a plan, an action plan on this alternative to make it work. Then you have to implement the plan. Obviously, a plan without implementation is worthless. After that, you evaluate the plan. And after that, you sit back and enjoy the outcome, and you see if it has really resolved the problem that you have. I hope you have learned something from me today, and I hope this problem-solving steps will help you making your life so much smarter.